My name is Ronnie Hill. I've been on this earth for a good long time. I'm 68 years old. I'm just an old country boy that always loved the Lord and was raised in a Baptist family. And when I was 16 years old, that's when peer pressure started taking its effect on me in school. They kept making fun of me. Oh, that's that church boy over there. He's the one who goes to church. We need to rattle him a little bit, and it worked. Some of the kids, they were rattling on me. We need to go out and go partying this weekend. We're having a big beer bust out here at the lake. We need to come out here and party with us. So sooner or later, I started going down there like a fool. And we'd get out there and circle our cars up together and around, and we'd make a campfire out there. And we all was sitting around drinking beer around the campfire. And I thought I was missing something. I knew I was doing wrong. And then again, I was having fun. I thought, wow, this is fun, but it's wrong. Why am I doing this? Because it's wrong. I never could figure that out. And the cops came down to the lake and busted all of us for drinking. We was all kids, all of us underage, and we all got trouble and they didn't put us in jail. They sent us home to our parents, let our parents deal with us. Me and my little bitty mind, I thought, well, I ain't got to listen to all this, so I just took off. I had my own car back when I was 16. I worked and paid for it myself. And I took my car and I piled all my stuff in that car and took off. Lived in that car for about 6 months. Stayed on the road, staying from campground to campground. We was just, we had a little group. We went around doing that. I think it was several of us just living in our cars. And we were still drinking, we were still doing our drugs, smoking pot, stuff like that. And sooner or later, I thought, well, I need to make some money somehow. So there's this guy, one friend of mine says, well, I got some pot you can sell. If you can keep the money, I'll give you the pot if you sell it. And at 17, I got busted for a simple possession and possession with intent to distribute. All right, that gave me 6 months on the weekends. And I done went back home by then, I kept on doing it and got caught again. They gave me a little more time this time. They gave me 5 years this time. I thought, wow, I don't know if I can do all this, but yeah, they put me in jail. I served my time. I built almost 20 months behind bars. And during that time behind bars, that's when I had my other encounter with the Lord. They had a church outside of the prison, and thank God for that church, because that's where I got the Bible that I still use today. And there was a preacher out there. His name was Albert Schweitzer. He was a real man of God. He taught me how to get over some of the fears that I had being in prison, and ministered to me and kind of helped me along the hard road I was on. And it worked, because when I got out of that 20 months, I decided I was going to change my life. And the Lord helped me do this, because when I got out of jail, I went back to school and I went to Tri-County Tech. I got me a degree in textile management and passed there on the honor roll and got a bachelor's degree scholarship from Clemson University. I didn't have to pay for any of it. I mean, it was all scholarship money. I didn't have to repay it or anything like that, but I always had that record. To always look back, and there's that record. You're going to have to follow that record. It's going to follow you all your life. So after about 8 years of that, worrying about that record, I had my record pardoned and expunged, and got all that took care of, so I could get a job in management if I wanted to. But I believe the Lord caused all these events to happen in my life to make me learn stuff that's right from wrong, which I really knew, but He's really the one that put it to you when you know it was wrong, and He would put it to you where you would stop. I used to run karaoke shows in bars for 15 years. I mean, it was another part of my life. I was still going around all these bars in Anderson. Every one of these old clubs in Anderson, I sang in their bars, and they paid me to sing in their bars. I'd make $200 in a night and drink all I wanted to. Go back there and fix my own drinks, Did that for 15 years, and I'd work and go to the bar 4 nights a week, making my money, singing, partying along, with the party crowd. a friend of mine told me to come to this church up here in Anderson called Hope. I thought, well, why not? So I was working across town, about 2 miles on the other side of Williamston, side of Anderson, and I left the show that night at about 3 o'clock in the morning. Got by with a DUI test. The cops pulled me over because I'd passed the car too quick. I thought, oh no, I'm going to jail. But I had a Bible in the back seat. That's what the strange part. When the cop comes up to me, he says, "What's your hurry, Mr. Hill?" I told him, I said, "Well, I'm no hurry, I'm just trying to go home." "Well, you smell like a little alcohol, Mr. Hill. You mind if I give you a breathalyzer, a field sobriety test?" I said, "Sure." I figured I was going to jail, I thought, oh no. So I got out, and by the grace of God, I passed the test where you do this, and you follow the thing with your eyes around and walk the line. Passed it with flying colors, and I'd been drinking liquor from 9 o'clock to 2 o'clock in the morning. I mean, I was stone drunk, but I could still function. And when I saw I was doing that, I thought, it's time for me to quit drinking. But he just told me, "Mr. Hill, you just take it easy. You're riding verbs, just going home." Oh, okay, thank you. So I went on home, and after that happened, that's when I decided I needed to visit the church. So that next morning, this was after the night before I got stopped. That next morning, I got up smelling lots of cigarettes and beer and stuff like that. I went to church anyhow. I'm gonna go in there. They're gonna treat me like some kind of ignorant fool because I smelled like beer and cigarettes coming into church. Well, that wasn't the case. They treated me like a friend. I wasn't any different than anybody else in that church. Everybody that come through that door was a sinner. I've been coming to this church ever since. I went through a lot. I've changed a lot. I no longer run karaoke shows. I've cleaned my act up. I don't drink anymore. I don't do any more drugs. The Lord took that away from me. And I didn't have to ask him to. He just did it. By the grace of his holy name, he done it. So, and I'll take it. Any day of the week, I'll take it. He can do it again if I ever do it, but I don't think I'll ever go back. I think everything happens for a reason. I don't believe in luck. I believe in Jesus. That luck, no. I learned luck was bad a long time ago. So that's when I believe in Jesus. Everything I believe he happens for a reason. And that's what I want people to know, to trust Jesus. He will bring you through most any crisis, all crises you ever run through in your life. The good or the bad. They don't have to be all bad. They can get you to the good times too.